If I should fail to keep these two on the correct path, the basis of our society will be in danger.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time. Please, if it is your first time, have a little look around, circumnavigate the channel, see what you like. See my name's Gareth. This is Books, Songs and Loads of Magic, and I'm going to talk today again about banned books. So this is all about MJ from Reading This Life, her event 24BB, but it's about rounding it off at the end of the year. I'm going to continue this, by the way, after, but I'm going to devote December to this event. So just tell you what the event is. So 24BB was something that started at the beginning of, sort of the end of last year, really. MJ sort of made a big call for people to get involved and read banned or challenged books. So there's a whole wave of that kind of thing going on in America, especially in Florida. But all sorts of places, and it's just an interesting thing to look at internationally, I think, as well. So some of the things I've looked at this year have been banned in other places as well, and the whole idea of censorship or taking books out of libraries and out of schools and that kind of thing is a very complicated, actually, but serious and important discussion to have. So MJ started this event. And I started off really well at the beginning of the year. I read 7 books, I think it was, or 6 books first, quite quickly. And it was like something I concentrated on at the beginning of the year. And then it sort of slowed down a little bit. So that's why I have to play catch up a little bit at the beginning of next year. But I'm looking forward to doing that because the books that I'm intending to read are books I'd like to read. So it's not like I'm just reading them just for the sake of the event. It's, there's so many books that have been banned or challenged that there's quite a lot to choose from. So there's no real risk of you having to, force yourself to read something you don't want to read. So there is that. But December, I'm calling Dangerous December. So I'm going to give it a name, Dangerous December. And I'm going to try and invite anybody else to call their December Dangerous December, to have a little bit of a focus on banned books, just to kind of round the year off. It's worth me mentioning as well that MJ also has this t-shirt you can buy, Rebels Read Banned Books. It's an awesome idea, and it's for charity because basically all the money, literally all of the money, goes to the, I think it's called the American Library Association, but the people that look into this kind of thing and try to counteract it. And it's a really brilliant idea, and please look up the video that she's got on it, and I'll leave a link below to the t-shirt thing anyway. But that's brilliant. MJ's really sort of done a brilliant job at being an advocate for this kind of discussion. So Dangerous December, if you want to join with me on looking at that in December, then that would be great. And what I wanted to do was mention another booktuber, Kim, from Middle of the Book March, because we are both going to buddy read this one, Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. And I was hoping to get to it before December, but I don't think I will, because there's something else I want to do in November. But this is one of the really important ones I'm going to read. It's quite a chunker, so I don't usually read like masses of books in a month. I usually get to about 6 or 7 books, and because this is longer or larger than your average book, then this might dominate my month. But I really want to read this, so I'm going to read this with Kim from Middle of the Book March. Hopefully this is going to coincide okay with when Kim wants to read it. So there's that. So I don't know how much I'm going to read of the other books, but I'm going to tell you some of the other things that are going to be on my radar, and it might inspire you to do something similar. I don't know. So to start off with, I want to read more James Baldwin. So there's Another Country, which is about a musician. So it's very tempting. But James Baldwin is someone I really liked when I read Giovanni's Room, and I want to read more. And there's another one here, Go Tell It on the Mountain, which is another one of his famous ones. I've got other books as well, but those are the next 2 that I want to read next, if you like. I've got 3 others, I think. Yeah. So I've read 2 before. There's those 2. I've got 3 others. I want to read some James Baldwin, so he's likely to be in December as well. There's also, I did want to do a reread of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. So I have read this many, many years ago. So I'd like to reread it because it's a fantastic book. There's 3 here. There's this one I've mentioned before a few times. I still haven't read it. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I absolutely love the film. It's one of my favourite films. I've seen it live in the theatre with Christian Slater playing Mike in it, and it's a fantastic cast. It was brilliant. Mackenzie Crook was Billy. Fantastic performance. One of my favourite things I ever saw in the theatre. But I really want to read the actual original book. So there's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Toni Morrison's Beloved. I'd like to read this. I didn't fetch it down, but Octavia Butler's Kindred as well. It's another one that I'd like to read. I might get to Access to Brooklyn. I'm a little bit nervous of it because I think it's going to be thoroughly depressing, but I do want to read it because the film they made was very important to me when I was younger. And just to finish off this discussion, I am definitely going to read this one, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, because this was the one that inspired MJ to start the event in the first place. So it was a very emotional video that she made, which was a fantastic video. So I do want to read this to see what I think of it, but also I think it's important because it was the one that spearheaded the event. So The Perks of Being a Wallflower is definitely on my radar for December. So Dangerous December. Tell me if you like the idea. Tell me if you're tempted. Even if you want to kind of include Dangerous December in other definitions of December that you want to make to sort of like include it in your TBR, but not necessarily like a massive focus. That would be really cool. And which books you might be tempted to read if you are going to do that. It's really my way of reminding myself that was what I was trying to do. And like I said, I am going to read 24 books eventually, but because I'm playing catch up, it'll have to seep into next year as well. So that will be how I'm going to do it. So rather than trying to read 24 books in 2024, which was MJ's idea, I'm going to honour the idea of the event by getting to 24 and then thinking, right, I've done that event. So I'm going to carry on talking about the event and reading these books and doing videos about the books until I get to 24. And then obviously, because seriously, so many books are challenged and banned and removed from libraries, all that sort of stuff, I will keep doing videos on books that have got this issue, I'm sure. But it was obviously be not connected to the event because the idea was that it was all about 2024 for MJ. She said, read 24 books in 2024. So I can't do that now. I just literally haven't got the space to be able to finish off that properly. I think I'm on book 11, I think. So I won't be able to do that. But I'm going to try and get close at least. And I'm going to certainly, I reckon it's, I think I can get to about 18 or 19, I think. So it'll only be doing a little bit of a top up at the end, at the beginning of next year, I think. So yeah, Dangerous December. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay curious, everybody. Picture of what it's like to be